Okay, our first directions for navigating to the tree farm map is get to your Vermont Tree Farm website, which is vermonttreefarm.org. And once you have that, you will see right at the very top of the page, the click here for Tree Farm Map and Management Activities Database. Once you select that button, it opens in a new tab. And you're on the page with the actual live map. If, as you scroll down this page, you should see a link here, a red link or the map, and you can click on one of these, which again will open the map in a new tab. If, however, you don't see the link, we'll go back to this page. If you don't see the link at all, very likely you have to either refresh your page with the refresh button up here, or you may have to clear the cookies in your history or in your settings. I had to do that as well, and to make mine actually work correctly. So let's get back here to the map. So as you can see, you have the whole entire state of Vermont. All these little teeny brown dots are actually tree farms. They look kind of brown when they're really far away, but as you get closer to them, they're almost more orange and a little bit more transparent. At this level, this scale, it's definitely looking a little more orange. Get there. I'm going to scroll back out there so you can see the whole thing. Everyone, on the internet likes to have their maps displayed a little bit differently. Right now we have, I believe it's one of the topographic maps that's showing. So we're going to first select a base map. I'm going to pick, let's start with an imagery hybrid, and this shows just the orthophoto with the roads and streams and rivers and things like that. Let me get the map in there where I want it. Use these plus or minus buttons. You can use those to scroll in or out. You can use your mouse to scroll in or out. Mine seems to be very fast, so I'm trying to be careful about how fast I scroll through the map. But to get closer, press the positive button, press the negative button to get out, just like you do on all the other mapping software that you might use to find directions somewhere. You can move the map around also just by clicking it with your mouse, and you can see the little hand come up and move the map around to where you want to go. There's also, the best thing I like on here is this search bar at the top of the page. So up here, you can either type a specific address, or I'm going to type in Sheffield, Vermont. As you can see, other things come up. I picked Sheffield, Vermont, USA. And here we are in Sheffield, Vermont. I closed this box out because I'm really looking for tree farms. So I'm going to grab hold of the map a little, pull it around, see, do I see any yet? I don't really see any, so let's zoom back out. Here's one right here. Let's see whose map is this. So as you see the tree farm come up, you see that it's Falzerwald Tree Farm owned by Al Robertson. We can then click out of that box a little, and I'm going to go back to the base map here, and I'm going to change it to a topo so that we can see the topographic lines on the maps. As you can see them actually through the actual tree farm boundary. So let's make this a little bit bigger just to see the property. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but we'll go back one. We clicked it one too many times, I guess. So I'm going to click on the tree farm itself, and that opens the box. And this lists all the information and contact information for Al, his mailing address. And then as you go down through, you see how many acres, what county it's in, when it was actually certified, who the ownership is, and whether he lives there or not. And then a location of the property as well as the span number. all this information is, is public information, in our town records. So it's nothing that we're sharing that I don't believe is out there anyway. But this gives you a good idea how to get to the property and see where it is, or maybe connect with the landowner and maybe take a walk on their property if they allow it. As we look over here, there's also a button for sharing. And you can use that link to the map and share it on Facebook or Twitter. And this button is just for administrators right there, but you can share it on Facebook or Twitter. You can also pick the size map you want. That was a little too big. We'll go back out a little, see if I can get it back. Okay, get our map back. And if you want to see what's in Sheffield here, what else do we have in the area? So here's some other tree farms close by. I decide I want to print this map. I can print the map. I click on map and it takes you again to a new tab. And kind of wait for it to load up here. Maybe. It's taking an extra minute. Let's go back and see if that's a little too much information for it or something. Let's try printing again. Let's try print map with legend and see how long it takes. I really taking a little extra time. Maybe the internet's a little slow today. There we go. So it prints whatever you have in that window. So here was the window we had open. And here's the window we're printing. And then just use your printer. However you print things and whatever your printer is, that's what you print on. And let's see. Go back to this page. Again, you can change your base map to other things. Some of these are a little interesting, but it's really whatever your desire is, the topographic. We ask that this is really just for administrators, and these are also for just administrators. So we ask you use the share and the print button, and the base map, you can view the legend differently, have the details differently, go away, and use the legend differently as well. So I believe that's about all. If you have any questions on this map and how to use it, please contact us at Vermont Tree Farm at vermontwoodlands.org. Thank you. Now we're going to navigate back to the Vermont Tree Farm program homepage at vermonttreefarm.org. And these directions are to look at directions for our management activities database. So again, you're going to go to the same button. You're going to click on that. It's going to open it up in a new tab. And again, if this does not work, you may need to refresh your page using this button, or you may need to clear your cookies. So you're going to scroll to the bottom of the page. And we're going to click on this Tree Farmers. Click here to add your management activities to the database. This is essentially a questionnaire. And what's going to happen from here is all of your information that you enter will go into a spreadsheet. Again, if you have different management activities, as you see right here at the top, it says use a separate form for each entry for each different management activity you completed. And that kind of keeps it a little more clean than if we try and mush too much stuff in one. So you're going to enter your name first. I'm just going to go through this process. Then you can hit tab to go to each of the boxes. I'll give you my address. Yes, it says West Rutland, but I claim it as Clarendon Springs. I do not know what my number is. I'm going to just go 1, 2, 3, 5. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have no idea what it is. I don't remember. I don't even know if I have enough digits in that number. So which tenets of tree farm best categorizes the management activity you are reporting? I am going to click on wildlife for mine. And a lot of these, you can click them all, but in my case, I'm going to put invasive work in here, and I'm going to put it under wildlife because I'm trying to control how many invasives are fruiting on my property. So, but if you're doing timber, obviously wood would be on there. If a firewood cut, maybe you're doing some kind of erosion control, wildlife might be it, or water might be it. Maybe you're installing some trails or just working on some trails, or installing a bridge or some kind of a stream crossing. I think they're pretty obvious where you can put them. Some of them have multiple, you can click more than one. So please name and describe one type of management activity performed on your land. Again, it could include habitat improvements, TSI, invasives. I'm going to put invasives removal. How many acres of land are enrolled in tree farm? I unfortunately do not have enough, but I'm going to put 10. How many acres of your tree farm were involved in the activity you chose? I believe that in this case, I should be able to count how many stems were involved, but I will put down 1. When did you begin the performance of the conservation activity you are reporting? I'm going to put down, let's see, September 1st, 1988. Oh, it doesn't even like that number. Well, let me do that. I guess I'll have to use 2000. Was hoping. You can also click on this box to get a date. Okay. When did you or will you complete performance of the conservation activity you are reporting? I don't think it'll let you go past today's date, but that's the date I'm going to put. But again, you can also click on the box to the right and select it from the for the activities you've not been able to complete. Yes. Next, what couldn't you complete? Controlling, spread of invasive shrubs. Next. Add file. If you'd like to submit photos of the work you were able to complete, please attach your image here. Again, if you put it here, you're giving permission for us to share it, and it will be available to everyone who views this site. Add file and select file from your device. I'm just going to go right here and so I selected a picture. I'm going to upload that, and we will view that later. Would you be willing to share your management activity with other tree farmers by doing one of these things: hosting a tour, talking with a neighbor, participating in a webinar, speaking at an event, writing an article for the newsletter, or joining the tree farm committee? I'll put that since I do it all the time. And I'm going to submit the whole thing. Okay, so once it's submitted, it is in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this tab out. And we're going to go back to the main page. Click here, just like we did initially, and scroll to the bottom. And that second button down is click here to review the entries in that database. So when you open that up, it comes out as this spreadsheet. Some of us like spreadsheets, some of us don't really like spreadsheets, but it does tell you exactly what is going on. So I just entered Kathy Beland, my address, what I'm doing. If you want to move, you can grab the button on the bottom and move across the screen. And as you go across, it just outlists everything you just put in that questionnaire. And all this information then is available to the Tree Farm Committee and Vermont Tree Farm, as well as American Tree Farm System, to help us just track and make sure that people are really getting work done on their property, and just to really analyze that and maybe create places for landowners to just have tours and workshops and see what everybody else is doing on their property. You'll notice if you go to the bottom and you scroll across here, that column M is where all our photos are, but we're going to go back to the main page to find those and actually be able to view them. So from here, I'm going to close this out, go back to our main page, scroll to the bottom. At the bottom is click here to view photos submitted from Management Activities Database. And as you can see, there they all are. So let's look at Kathleen Warner's picture first. You double click on that. Here you can see those forestry students working hard on her property. You click the back button, you can open the other one. Getting some training. And here's the other one. I did wild turkeys because, well, they're going to benefit if I get rid of all those invasive shrubs that produce seeds. So that is it. I'm going to take us back again. I'm going to go here and point one more thing out on this database. You can also print this spreadsheet if you wanted to. The upper left-hand corner, right next to these arrow buttons, click print, and it has that whole spreadsheet right there. So that's your other option for that. I believe we've worked and through the whole process of all of these new features on our database. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at Vermont Tree Farm at vermontwoodlands.org. Thank you.